Welcome back to Sips and Spirits. We've been away for about a month and a half, but we are a podcast for lovers of both alcoholic and spectral spirits. I am your hostess, Chelsea.
I'm your host, Eric. A little disclaimer before we get started. We are not historians. Any facts or stories presented are from various sources, and we make no claims that these tales are true. We just found it to be spooky and interesting. Also, we're not mixologists.
That's my part.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
We're not professional mixologists. Cocktails and spirits featured in this podcast are tasted for the first time during the episode recording unless noted otherwise. So because we are covering Midsummer Scream 2023 in our experience, we created a special cocktail for that, and obviously we had to taste test it before sharing it with the world. So we've tried this cocktail quite a few times. And we are just definitely in need of it right now.
And one last disclaimer. We want to remind you that it's fine to enjoy the spirits, but don't let them possess you. We may be a drinking podcast, but we strongly encourage you to drink responsibly. As much as we love you enjoying our cocktails, there's never any pressure to consume them at all. This one specifically is very easy to make a non-alcoholic version of it.
Yeah, simply skip the rum.
You skip the rum, it still tastes amazing.
Yep.
Kind of thing. So, there's that. So.
This is what happens when you copy-paste your outline.
From previous years?
No, because we added this disclaimer halfway through the last 10 episodes,
So, Midsummer Scream.
Midsummer Scream.
What is Midsummer Scream? What is Midsummer Scream to you?
To me, or just what's the definition?
You just put what's Midsummer Scream.
I was going to define what it is for anyone who's never heard of
what
Midsummer
does Webster
Scream.
say Midsummer Scream is?
Webster, I don't think, has anything on Midsummer Scream. But the description of Midsummer Scream on their website is they are essentially a Halloween festival to kick off the Halloween season. So it happens... Thank you. Every year, typically the last weekend of July. And if it falls, the end of July falls in the middle of the week, then it would be the first weekend of August.
I saw a post on Instagram that said, August sounds like autumn. Mm-hmm. So August is the start of autumn. So yes,
I would agree. I feel like that's when the autumnal vibes really start kicking in. But yeah, so Midsummer Scream is, for lack of better words, it's a convention. But it features Halloween and horror vendors, guests, celebrities. There's panels and activities to do, make and takes essentially. You get to take classes. You dream it, they have it.
Pretty much, and it's a for those of you who are starting to crave the ideas of okay, well, how do I start my Halloween season kind of thing. It's a great place to start because it's smack middle in summer kind of thing. You get all these people who come in from all around the world to not only sell their products but also teach their stuff, or present their new stuff kind of thing, and it gives you ideas. It gives you things to do. I've for example, I've seen the fog machines that they have every year. Mm-hmm. I've seen them the same things every year. And this year I went to them and you know what? These sound interesting. Maybe I'll look into doing something like that because we have the little ones and they're all drill bite. It's
now we have a yard to kind of do how we want it.
Kind of thing and whatnot. So it's okay. It's one thing. So you can go there and see it many, many times, and then one year you'd be you know what? That's something different. Something it calls to me this time.
Yeah, I feel like we find something new every year.
Yeah.
So,
kind of thing. They've changed up their themes throughout the years. This year they had Ghoulish Games as their theme. So a lot of D&D, theme stuff.
Halloween and spooky games. Yes. So they featured not just horror games, because I think that comes to mind for a lot of our modern audiences, but they also featured board games, card games. They actually had a trading card game created for the event.
I actually never look at the cards, like what they actually had on it.
Oh, they're really cool. So we'll get into that in a little bit. But so every year they have a different theme. So in previous years, they'll have things like they've had Frankenstein, Tiki Terror, and last year was Vintage Halloween. We've been going to Midsummer Scream. This year marked year 5 for us.
Ooh, look at that.
So I feel it's appropriate that we're actually doing an episode talking about our Midsummer Scream. Not just our experience, but Midsummer Scream in general.
Yeah, kind of thing. But yeah, so before we get started with that,
yeah,
what cocktail did we make for Midsummer Scream?
So we played with the idea of the ghoulish games and went really old school with our inspiration. So our cocktail is called Bobbing for Spirits, and it is inspired by the Bobbing for Apples game,
which I played once. And I have to say, back then I had a bigger mouth. Not that I don't have a big mouth now, but back then I had a bigger mouth, and it was quite enjoyable to play and be like you have to do it with like good apples. Because they're like soft and rare. Like, no. You have to get like a good crunchy apple.
Yeah.
But yes. Bobbing for Spirits. Let's cheers and then find out what's going on.
Yeah, we gotta cheers.
I gotta cheers. I gotta drink. I gotta pound this bad boy. If you guys can see in the background, we have another one back there ready for us.
Yeah, we have a double on hold for us.
To refill. Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, so good.
Delicious. Delicious.
Yes. So within this cocktail, we've got some
tasting notes first, then recipes.
Actually, usually we have like describing the cocktail in our tasting notes.
Okay. Go for it.
We created this outline on our drive home from Midsummer Scream to make sure we covered everything while it was still fresh. So we skipped some things that we usually cover.
Out of order.
So, like we said, we really need our cocktail, and we're a little out of order here.
Yes. Kind of thing. Oh, sip.
Stir fresh.
So, what's in this cocktail?
All right. So we have some pressed apple juice, and we've tried this both with a couple different kinds of apple juices. We even found a Martinelli's fresh press, which is really good with that. But another one we really like is Treetop. Where it's essentially the cloudy apple juice is what you're looking for. We haven't tried it with the clear apple juices, but the cloudy is really nice and it gives some weight here in the cocktail.
Okay, I was like, get some weight. Okay, I get what you mean. Yeah, the cloudy apple juice is less on the sugar side of apples and more like the apples.
Yeah, you're getting the actual like apple flavors, like the flesh of the apple.
It's a pressed apple juice, so you just imagine just crushing apples and making all that lovely juices out of it. So
we also have your standard 7-year age Deadhead rum, some fresh lemon juice, and some red hot cinnamon simple syrup.
Kind of give the idea of a candy apple.
Yes.
Kind of thing.
Because one of my favorite like homemade treats for Halloween is the candied apple. There's something about, I see that green Granny Smith apple poking out of from under the red candy shell, and I just like feel like it's Halloween. I don't know why this is an association for me, but it just always has been, to the point where I was so obsessed with the candy apple, I learned how to make them.
Okay then. Cool.
So... yeah, if you're not familiar, sorry, I interrupted you, but if you're not familiar with what Red Hots are, some of you may know them as Cinnamon Imperials as well. So they have 2 different names.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of red candy apples.
That's fine.
Yes, the Red Hots is not my thing, but this one, if you like apples, bam, you're good.
Yeah,
I gotta stop looking at the camera.
Very, I mean, there's no problem.
No, I'm looking at that camera.
Oh.
I keep looking at it. I keep asking myself, looking down. No, if you like apples, this is going to be definitely a fantastic cocktail for you. If you like Red Hots, it has a little hint of it, so it's pretty good kind of thing. You don't really taste the Deadhead in it.
Right.
That's why when we were talking about earlier how to make this a non-alcoholic version, just take out the Deadhead. I think the apple juice, the crisp apple juice, and then the Red Hots just kind of overpower the flavor. The lemon juice kind of balances it out, kind of thing. And it's not a tarty drink. It's not a
I think it's a little
drink.
Tarty, but
it's a little tarty, but it's not like like lemonade. kind of thing. But it's refreshing. It's enjoyable. It's a great to, make a little punch bowl of it.
Mm-hmm.
I would not recommend bobbing for apples on this drink.
But we did add some, which is totally optional. I thought it would be cute to have some apple slices in the glass to give that idea of bobbing for apples.
Mm-hmm. Anyway.
Yeah.
Back to things. But yeah, it's a great drink, refreshing. I guess a little tardy, you can say. I'm enjoying it quite well, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's great for
It's not overtly tardy, but I would consider it more on the sour side of a cocktail.
It's a great for this hot
it's not day. It's not a Jolly Rancher drink.
No, it's not. It's not sweet, but you do get a lot of different flavors to it, kind of thing. Okay. In the spirit of Sips and Spirits. I was like, how do I transition? We have Would You Rather on most of our episodes. If you've been listening along to us, we do an episode where we feature a spirit as a liquor, and then do an episode where we do cryptids as a recent. So, in doing the episodes that we do the spirits, I come up with Would You Rather for you guys to answer, for Chelsea to answer. Mm-hmm. So, in the spirit of Midsummer Scream, would you rather have a scare actor who walks around the con recognize you and kind of promote you in their personality? Okay, think of Trixie and kind of those things.
Okay.
Or would you rather a stage performer in a show point you out in the audience as a, hey, by the way, that's Chelsea from Sips and Spirits?
I don't know if that's a hard one.
That's the point, to make him hard.
I just keep thinking about a conversation we were having.
I don't remember a conversation. We have a lot of
It's D&D related.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, I would just be like, but they should be promoting themselves.
Well,
like just shout out.
I'm thinking, if you remember, was it last year or the year before? Mm-hmm. Either I can't remember if it was Season Screamings or Midsummer Scream. The two elves.
Oh, they were really
cool.
And
when they're coming to somebody and
that was Season Screamings.
And whenever they were in somebody else's costume, they would like talk to them as they were talking to the character.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So think of that idea.
Probably that. Yeah. I am always so impressed by how witty some people can be completely on the fly. I wish I had that. Mm-hmm. I don't. I'm honestly that person who comes up with like, oh, that would have been a really good comeback like 3 days ago. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Cool. No, yeah, I like when I was thinking about this, I was like, like Trixie coming up to us and be like, oh my God, you guys are Sips and Spirits, or one of those like those what do you call them? Those guys that like do the clapping noises and be like
the sliders.
The sliders and be that kind of thing. You guys are Sips and Spirits, like, and being with her like, come on guys, come and check out Sips and Spirits. They're fantastic. We're a fantastic podcast, guys. I keep shouting out Trixie on this question because she's one of the she's been around going to Midsummer Scream quite often. We've had
some wonderful interactions with her and our kids.
Kids kind of thing. She had a great interview. Panel.
She had a panel.
Panel interview. I actually haven't had a chance to see it yet.
It was a discussion. It's called Her Voice in the Haunt Community.
Yes.
And pretty much it was focused on different women who are thriving in the haunt community, and she essentially put together this panel to amplify the voices of women in the haunt and horror community, and how we're here and how important we are.
Yeah, and
what we've contributed.
I haven't had a chance to listen to it yet, so I'm hoping to sometime sooner.
It was a standing room only room. It was booked, and I think we talked a little bit about it. You're jumping the gun a bit,
but yeah. So I keep mentioning her name, and I just wanted to like mention like who she was.
Trixie the Trickster.
Trixie the Trickster kind of thing. But we'll sure to link any videos we find about that in the panel.
Yes.
So you guys can check them out.
And those are actually already up on my blog.
Oh, look at that.
Pretty much all the things that we'll mention here. I already have them linked on my blog as well. So
fantastic. So let's get started on Midsummer Scream.
Yay! It
Cue
is
montage.
Thursday at Midsummer Scream.
No, it's Monday. But it's Thursday at Midsummer Scream. So we drove down Thursday morning.
Mm-hmm.
Ourselves, the little ones, Chelsea's sister-in-law. I mean, my sister-in-law.
Yeah, we've learned that the early bird gets the worm.
Yes.
And it helps us, especially with our young ones, to start a convention about a day before the convention starts.
Oh, yes.
Just we get to settle into our hotel room, really just relax, maybe do a little bit of exploring of the area we might not have time for because we're attending the convention otherwise. So we typically go down to a convention about a day or even two before it's designated start day. Midsummer Scream starts Friday evening and carries on through Sunday evening. With it is how it spans for the weekend. So yeah.
So we made our way down quite early in the morning. We made a stop for breakfast. And on the way there, we stopped at Burbank to check out.
We had to say goodbye to Besame Boutique.
Yes,
it was their last weekend open.
So we caught that. It was fantastic. If you're looking for some great makeup, not that I use makeup, but Chelsea does. And
all the makeup, all the lipsticks you see me wear are Besame.
So check them out for sure. And whatnot. We checked into the hotel room, unpacked our stuff, got ourselves ready because we had a special night planned for us when we got down to the Long Beach area. And what was that?
The Cauldron.
The Cauldron. Don't sound so excited.
The Cauldron Bar. I am excited.
You're like, hey.
I know it probably doesn't sound it, huh?
No, it doesn't at all. This is the thing about her. Like, she doesn't verbally sound excited. It's so frustrating.
And I'm genuinely bubbling over with excitement internally.
If you have not checked that out, and The Cauldron
is in Brea Heights.
Brea Heights.
It's essentially right next door to Knott's Berry Farm.
So the Cauldron, a fantastic bar and restaurant. Their food, amazing.
Family friendly until 10 o'clock.
Family friendly until 10 o'clock. Their drinks are really good. Kind of thing. So if you enjoy spirits, you enjoy food.
French cuisine. I love just food. But yeah, the food is French cuisine inspired, and if you only order one thing, it's the filet mignon bites. They
were pretty good.
Oh, so good.
They were really good. If you like to go to experience a restaurant as an experience, the Cauldron itself is a great place to go because there's stuff going around all the time. Their decoration is amazing. It
has a witchy vibe, if you guys couldn't guess from the name of it.
Yes.
And essentially things around the room come to life. It's almost like being in Trader Sam's, but witchy vibes. Yeah, witchy inspired. Witchy inspired instead of tropical.
Yes, kind of thing. So it's a very fun in that. But for us on the experience, we decided to reserve their private room. Because we
were going to have a large group. Yes, and this is the only way you can make a reservation is by reserving their private room.
Yes. So if you want to, send them an email. Then they'll give you all the details you need to know for reserving them. It was smooth, fantastic. We went there. We enjoyed our guests there. We just enjoyed our food, enjoyed our company, and enjoyed our time there. It was great times. Cauldron, thank you very much once again. Yes. I know I reached out to you guys already to say thank you. I want to say you guys thank you again if you ever decide to listen. But yeah, the Cauldron was fantastic.
Yeah, but before we headed over to the Cauldron.
We didn't? We did? Oh, yes, you're right.
Yeah, you skipped one. The first one.
The first one.
So once we checked into our hotel room, Midsummer Scream was doing something special this year. And that was allowing you to pick up your badge early before convention started, which they've never done before. And I think this was because last year they had some badge line issues. And if you guys are curious, we did talk about it in our special episode, our bonus episode last year, covering Midsummer Scream 2022. So they did this early pickup as a way to kind of, I think, avoid creating those long lines. So I don't think it was ever a problem throughout the convention weekend. excuse me, I didn't really hear anybody complaining about the long lines. We would see, because we were actually pretty good about catching. We had the gold bat and media passes. So we were getting in at the early hour time, like right at the start of it. We were pretty good about that.
We were trying to best anyway.
The general admission line would have been started already, so we'd see it there, but they were letting people in right away once general admission hours began. So I feel like it was probably much better this year than last. Because at least in our 5 years of attending, last year was the only year where we had really seen an issue with the lines and badge handouts.
And I just feel, we talked about it before, just, being off for the pandemic time kind of thing and whatnot. But again, you guys can check that episode out. This year, like you said, it was fantastic.
Went like butter.
I don't know how many people took advantage of that badge pickup. I know our friends and us, we did kind of thing. So it was great. We just showed up, we got our badges, and good to go.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So we weren't there when it first opened, so we don't know how it was.
Yeah, because they went from 1 to 7, but because I had media passes for Cheers with Chelsea, that didn't start until 4 o'clock. Mm-hmm. I'm guessing because they don't have as many media passes. So the PR person for that was running a little late, just trying to get situated on where he needed to go. So it was like maybe a 15-minute wait. There wasn't a line. It was just we were waiting for the guy to get checked in himself. So,
well, what I was trying to say is that we weren't there when they first opened.
Right. So we have no idea from 1 to 4 what the crowds were like for pickup, but there wasn't any line when we showed up. Yeah. So we got our gold passes like as soon as we pulled out our QR code.
Yeah, I was like, boom, there we go, got it, kind of thing. Make sure you have that, because one of our friends had an issue pulling theirs up.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So once they pull up their pass, like, okay, yeah, good to go.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So make sure, keep your receipts.
Exactly.
Technology sometimes
it can be faulty.
Hiccups. But that was Thursday.
Yeah.
Fun adventures day kind of thing. And then came Friday.
Friday, we kicked off with a lot of spooky fun before Midsummer Scream even opened.
Yes, we did.
Because on Friday, Midsummer doesn't start until 6 p.m.
At least it has for the previous years. If you guys change that, don't quote us on here on this.
Well, yeah. So this is only the second year that Midsummer Scream has been 3 days. And both Fridays that it's been open for 3 days start in the evening. So I don't know if that'll ever change in the future. But at least for now, we were like, not we, but our friend group, I should say, were looking at things to do together beforehand, and someone, our lovely Penny Snark, suggested the Queen Mary, so we all did a Haunted Encounters tour on the Queen Mary in the morning.
Which, if you haven't done, not just the Haunted Encounter, just visit the Queen Mary, highly recommended.
Extremely recommended.
It's a very fun experience itself. You don't have to do any tours to go in.
Big, yeah, you do.
You do?
You need
okay,
a ticket.
Just kidding. You have to do the tour to get in.
You need some sort of admission ticket.
You can't just walk around. Just kidding. You need.
But you don't have to just do the tour. Once you do your tour, you have free reign of the entire ship.
Until you step out. Kind of thing.
But our tour was with the wonderful Bill, who had the best delivery. I loved his personality so much. He was so deadpan, but I'll never forget him like introducing the group and giving the directions of like, when I'm walking, you walk. When I stop, you should stop as well. If you see me running, you better start running. And I was like, oh, we're in for a treat.
He was quite enjoyable. He made me think like those horror hosts were just like so dead face.
Yeah, he was very deadpan, but his delivery was phenomenal.
Kind of thing. You get some awesome spooky stories he tells throughout the thing and whatnot, and you get to go through some areas in the ship and whatnot. And overall, it was a fun experience.
Yeah. I feel like we learned a lot of history too.
Yeah, it has a history. I learned that that's a hotel. I did not know it was a hotel. I thought it was just like a museum.
Oh.
Kind of thing. So a hotel with a haunted room, which costs pretty penny to stay at. But I've been considering it since we left.
You're on your own.
Kind of thing. But yeah.
Because we heard some stories about that. Yeah.
It has it had a restaurant there. Chelsea's Chowder and Bar, not Chowder Bar.
I misread it. My bad.
Chowder and Bar, which was very good, amazing food.
Oh yeah,
I think so. 2 experience of great food.
Yeah,
I think
it was good food all weekend.
all weekend, yes. Excuse me. And we got to there. They have different bars you can go and hang out and drink.
Oh yeah, so yeah, we did with our group. We went to the Chelsea's Chowder and Bar, and then afterwards, we kind of all split ways just to refresh or go to the hotel. We hung out a little longer with my sister and checked out their observation bar, which is right on the front of the ship, and it's a beautiful bar that was initially a bar in this gorgeous Art Deco decor. So it was a really neat, beautiful experience.
Indeed, very fun thing.
All the drinks were good too.
All
the cocktails.
All the cocktails were very good. And now, Chelsea's Chowder and Bar had different cocktails than the one.
Yeah, which I loved actually.
The other bars. So if you want to experience multiple spirits. Yeah, spirits.
Just wander around.
Just wander around and you get to try delicious different things.
And I think there's 2 other bars on the ship as well that we didn't catch.
You can have a wedding there.
Yeah.
Which has some beautiful halls that
that Queen's what was it called? The Queen's Parlor?
Something like
that. Or the Queen's Ballroom? Gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
It was very beautiful. Whether or not you believe in the spooky, but everyone we asked had some sort of, even if they hadn't had a direct experience, they were like, I've heard all these stories. So, and they were all different. So I was enjoying that.
Yeah. It's kind of like going to Winchester where you go like, I haven't myself, but I heard.
Yes.
Kind of thing. But yeah.
Very fun.
After that, we rushed back to our place.
I don't feel like we rushed.
I was like, what did we do? I don't remember.
We went back.
We went back.
We relaxed.
We relaxed.
And then we started getting ready.
Getting ready for our first family cosplay. Yay!
Yeah. You sound so unenthusiastic.
If you got to see us, we were dressed up as Gravity Falls characters. The kids were the twins. I was Grunkle Stan, which it was. I appreciate all the comments,
compliments.
All the compliments. People are saying like, "Oh my gosh, it's a great costume." I'm like, okay. I feel like I would the one put the least effort into my costume, but I appreciate it. But
you and Little Booze were like on par with effort.
Yeah. But Chelsea did the amazing job of recreating the book.
Yep, I was Journal 3.
Journal 3 as
I mean, that was all thanks to you.
As an embodiment. And if you guys got a chance to see her, or you guys will see pictures of her, it was amazing.
Actually, one of the most fun parts is people would be like looking at Eric and like, oh man, you're Grunkle Stan, because our son was asleep by the time we got to the convention center. He was like done. The Queen Mary was quite the trek, and no strollers there. So
and whatnot, but they'll recognize me. Oh, you're Grunkle Stan. I'll be like,
and then they'd see our daughter,
like,
who was Mabel. Like hanging out, and then it's and like then like, they'd see me.
Hey, look over there, and they're like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "That's my wife." And they're like, "What is that?" And I'm like, click. Oh my god, that is so awesome, kind of thing.
It was really fun.
Yes, and the some people who just recognized her off the top were very impressed by it. It was a very, very awesome. Good job.
And it was fun, like telling people, now you just need to see me in the black light, and then I had like 2 individuals who actually whipped out black lights and were like, "Oh my god, that's so cool!"
That's so fantastic, fantastic.
Because I put secret messages on the skirt on the pages.
We were planning to just toss it, but I think the interactions made Chelsea really fall in love with it more. So I think we still have it.
We do still have it. I just felt bad leaving it as trash in the hotel room, but
can't think. But yes, so
I also, we didn't really take many pictures, so I feel like that was the main reason.
Also, yes, can't think. As mentioned earlier, we were Gold Pass members, so we had Gold Pass passes. Yep. Kind of thing. So we got in at the first. With everybody else.
So Friday's the only night that they don't have early admission for Gold Bats.
Okay.
However, Gold Bat line is guaranteed entry first into the convention center before general admission on Friday. So.
Yeah, I mean the line was a lot shorter.
Yeah,
So that's where
we kind of like zoomed right in. Even though there was a line we had to get into, the line was moving as we're walking into it.
So it was fun, and we made a beeline straight to the amazing, delicious,
Deadly Sweets.
Oh, Deadly Sweets.
Deadly Sweet Treats.
Deadly Sweet Treats. If you've not had a chance to check them out, they go all around the SoCal area to do events to sell their amazing treats. If you get a chance to snag their or when they do online orders.
Mm-hmm. And actually, this weekend that this episode comes out, they will be hosting their first event. So if you are in the SoCal area, go check it out. I think it's Deadly Sweet Events. Mm-hmm. But even it's posted on their main Instagram. Reserve tickets and show up.
Yeah.
It's a free event, but they're saying, if it gets really busy, they are going to cut people, start checking tickets to make sure they don't go over capacity.
Yeah.
So be sure to check them out. Their sweets, their treats are all so good.
So good.
Every single thing. And honestly, we picked up one thing just because we're like, it's new. We want to support them, show interest. And I didn't think I was going to like it because I don't typically like things that are called Crunch Bars. Mm-hmm. This was not what I was expecting for a Crunch Bar, and I wish I had picked up more because they were really
Crunch Bars
good.
are delicious. Their s'mores are fantastic. They brought in churro cookies. Which were
so
divine.
Good.
They have milks. We had their horchata milk, and those really, really good. They have
ghost tears. I love that. That's what it's called.
They have coffin brownies, which we fell in love with.
We've talked about them before. I think we ate them in our other Midsummer Scream episode.
Which are amazing. And they have a graveyard chocolate cake, which is
all their goods.
All their deadly sweets. We love your stuff.
Yeah.
So we made a beeline for there first.
And the best part is, if you guys aren't, I don't know why I'm like leaning in and whispering to the mic, but like this is some deep, dark secret. But they do deliver. So,
yes, as I mentioned earlier.
We're in NorCal, they're in SoCal, and we have ordered things for like birthdays to get.
They don't deliver all the time, so you gotta.
And not all their sweets, but they're things like their
brownies.
Their brownies, their coffin brownies, their s'mores, their Crunch Bars. And I think they are planning to be delivering their cookies as well. Mm-hmm. All can be shipped to wherever you are.
As far as we understand. I think. And again,
you have to check their website for what the limitations on where they ship to. But
also when they do it, because they do have a limited supply times when they are
so orders. They give you like slots. They usually give like when they'll be shipping them, and you can select what time you want it to ship.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, afterwards we just decided to explore the.
Yeah. Once we found Deadly Sweets, we started checking in with some of our vendor friends, and we just took that 4 hours to explore the dealer's hall.
This all kind of thing.
Or they call it the show floor. We're so used to at other conventions
and
they call
it. Many conventions they call it dealer's hall.
The dealer's hall or the vendor's hall. Midsummer Scream calls it the show floor.
The show floor. We got to check out at Mr. He's bar.
The epitaph was so beautifully
done. A lot of work she put into it. I feel so bad. We have no pictures of us with Mr. He. So sorry, Mr. He.
I know. And it's weird because I thought we took a picture.
Yeah.
Like on that first night, but we don't have anything. We were actually horrendous at taking pictures. Yes. We didn't take any photos.
I didn't do a good job at it. Chelsea
but we were enjoying ourselves so much. I really that's what I'm going with. We had so much fun. We were so in the moment that we didn't need to capture the moment.
That's one way to put it.
You're like rolling your eyes.
I'm like, I just forgot to take my phone out and just like start snapping things out.
I had my phone on me, but I'm just bad at that. If anyone has any tips on just like remembering to take photos when you're at an event, like drop them, because I am horrendous at this. I do all these neat things and then I look back and I'm like, I have like no photos of this.
You know, and it's something that you and I are having realization of, like, we don't take pictures when we go to events kind of thing. And like, even like I try to remember to take pictures of the little ones. Like And we'll talk about an experience later. But they'll be doing something, and they'll be like, "Oh wait, I should get my camera out to record this," just because it's cute or nice kind of thing, and whatnot. I try to just like start following Chelsea and like take pictures of her, but like I forget kind of thing, and whatnot.
Well, and then if it's all of my backside, it's like,
hey, it's a lovely backside kind of thing. But yes, Mr. He's bar was fantastic.
Yes,
kind of thing. Great done. Kind of thing.
Great job to her, and also it was Frightful Fox Productions, I think, assisted her on fabricating some things for the bar. It was really neat. So the bar was called the Epitaph, and she had a giant tombstone that she created with these like neon red letters that for Night of the Living Drag, and then there were little tombstones all lined up behind it in rows. So she had all the performers for Night of the Living Drag, their names were on their tombstones. She had the names of some of the guests at the convention. And it was very, very neat. And she had this giant frame with some tables in front of it. So it was like a photo op area, and you could throw on a ghost sheet and take a picture there. And also the tables had ghost sheets as their tablecloths, which was really cute.
I'm seeing how pouring a cocktail while recording those. As you guys hear all the clinking clanking back here. But yeah, no, it was a beautiful bar, a beautiful setup. And I'm glad it all came out together.
Yes, it was very popular. And I love seeing, because we do follow Mr. He. And I love seeing all of the photos of people tagging her amazing setup with. And then in addition to the disco ball skeleton from last year, she had another one. This like bright hot pink. Hot pink? Like magenta pink?
Hot pink, I'll say.
It's not like bright pink, but it was like a bold pink skeleton. 12-foot skeleton. So that was fun. Like I have like a 15-second footage of the bar, but yeah, no photos.
Again, I'm sorry, Mr. E. So hopefully we can catch you again sometime and take some more.
Yeah. Season screaming. I have my fingers crossed. That all depends though, when it's gonna be.
Our little monster, our daughter,
our brave
little
monster,
memory of an elephant. She doesn't forget ever. Last year's Midsummer Scream, she wanted to go to a castle hunt. When we got in line, she was so excited. We got to the front, and she was like, no.
It was quite a wait.
It was quite a wait. She was younger, of course, because it was last year. And when she got to the front line, she was like, no, I don't want to go anymore. And I said, okay. We stepped out of line. Fantastic. No skin on my bones. This year, she was determined, I want to go. She was like, I remember this castle. I want to go to this hunt. And we did.
Yep.
And she went along there. She had a blast. She had a good time. The scare actors were fantastic. They were very nice to her, kind of thing. They tried to scare me. We'll leave it at that. Kind of thing. But no, it was tough guy. It was fantastically done. It was great, kind of thing. If you did not get a chance to go to the castle, there was a point of it where I freaked out for a second. Because you get to this point where it's like, there's no more hallways, there's no more places to go. But there is like an inflatable section here, and I was like, am I supposed to push through it? Because it's like, you're squeezed through it kind of thing. And so we're like, let's go and find out and make sure that we're not like, out of place. Yeah,
this castle is, this haunt is by Fear Farm, if anyone's curious.
Where are you going?
Keep chatting.
Okay. So we go through it, and I start going through, like halfway through, I'm like, I hope I am going to the right place and not like, jumping through and popping out of myself into like the backstage of this castle. We get through it, happens to be the right place, and we continue to go on, and it was a fantastic, fun time, kind of thing. You get out there, and there is a bar right behind it. And I was like, oh, look at that. Some place to drink.
A hole in the wall is what it was called.
It was a hole in the wall, and it was...
I really was excited. Because they had advertised on Midsummer Scream's social accounts that there would be a hidden bar. And I was so excited to find it. That was on Saturday, though. I don't think we realized it was there on Friday.
I saw something. I was like, wasn't really sure what it was, but yeah. One thing I will say about this year's Midsummer Scream, they did not have a signature cocktail.
At any of the events? Bars or any of the events.
So Midsummer Scream, if you're listening, we make signature cocktails. Hit us up.
Yeah, we're making one for you anyways.
We make one for you every year.
You might as well ask us to.
We don't have to make this as complicated as this kind of thing. I know that we do something that.
I don't even feel like this was that complicated.
Well, it's just making it for a masses.
Right. We were doing research. We were looking and seeing what ingredients the bars had. We were looking at what drinks they were making.
Yes. So if Mr. Scream, you want to hit us up, we're here for you, kind of thing. But yes, we checked that out. It was a fun time and whatnot. Our little monster enjoyed it. She wanted to go back. I think we went back. I don't remember.
I don't know.
I don't remember. But
I thought she went to like a couple of them.
She didn't go to more than one, but she enjoyed herself in that one, and she's ready for more, kind of thing.
By the way, if anyone's wondering who's watching this, what I was doing, I went and got the Red Hot simple syrup. If you want it more cinnamony, you can just drop a little bit more of the Red Hot in there. Oh, I love it. So good.
So good. What was that? That was a screw.
What? Why is there a screw?
Kind of thing.
Is the ceiling coming? The sky is falling.
But yeah, no. The Hollow Shadows was very nice. A lot of great stuff there. Mm-hmm. And whatnot.
Don't jump ahead.
Not jump ahead. And whatnot. But yeah, so it was a good time.
So yeah, after 4 hours, we were like, oh dang, because we spent most of the time on the show floor, and we didn't make it into the Hall of Shadows until about an hour, about 9 o'clock, I think.
Trying to shop.
And then we were like, oh,
with a 5-year-old is very interesting.
A 5 and a 3-year-old.
He was sleeping.
Did he wake up at all during that time? No, he didn't. Huh?
No, I didn't. So here's a tip for you parents out there. If you want to take your child shopping, or want to take your child to a convention, and they go, I want to buy this, I want to buy this, I want to buy this. What I told Little Monster was, this is what we're going to do. We're going to take pictures of all the things you want to buy first. And then you get to pick some of them, and that's what we're going to get. That way you don't go, I really want this, and you end up buying it, and then next shop, oh, I really love this. This is what I love the most.
Yeah, we told her we had to walk through it all at least once.
Kind of thing. So we did that. Oh.
And then if she kept asking for the same thing, we knew she really wanted it. So.
Yep. So yeah.
That was Friday. At the end, we gathered with our friends really quickly after we dropped off the kids. So quick shout out to my sister, Sugar Bunny Cosplay. She joined us to essentially be our after hours babysitter. So we were really glad to have her with us. So it was nice to have her there. And so we dropped the kids off with her, and then we went and checked out the Fourth Horseman because Eric had gone there last year. I had not had the opportunity. And that concluded our Friday.
Yep. Saturday. Sorry. We woke up and we're like, you know what? We had an idea for costumes today. Whoop, no more costumes.
Oh, so I had initially planned we were going to do Gravity Falls on Friday because it was like the most uncomfortable costume for me. Then we were planning to do Ghostbusters. I was going to do Elvira Ghostbuster on Saturday. And then Sunday we were going to be comfy. However, 2 days before we leave for the convention, I got this wonderful cold sore. And I was like, I don't feel like dressing up at all. Be careful, the spider there. I was like, I don't feel like dressing up at all. And it took a lot of effort mentally to get into my Gravity Falls look. I'm glad I did.
Yes.
It was a huge success. But Saturday, we were like, meh. I just wore my 1920s flapper dress that I made. It's a little spooky. It's made out of a cobweb fabric.
Salud.
Excuse me.
Yes, my child.
I don't know where that was going. I was like, okay, I can finish my sentence before No, nope. I can't. Sorry for sneezing in everyone's ear. So I wore and did my hair and makeup a little more 1920s-ish. But that was it.
Yeah.
For us. Like, our son's into skeletons. Half of his wardrobe, his actual wardrobe, everyday wear, is skeleton clothes. So that's what he wore, isn't it?
Wore, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought I wore her Ghostbuster?
No, she wore the mermaid on Saturday.
Yes. Sorry, mermaid.
So.
And I wore just t-shirt and pants.
We went from we're gonna do a second family cosplay to meh. We're good.
But being in my comfy clothes allowed me to do what I wanted to do first thing in the morning Saturday. And that was go back to Gigi Nights, a vendor that was there, and buy one of their shirts they were selling. And very comfy.
Yep.
Fantastic artwork if you're into their style.
Yes.
Kind of thing. So do check them out kind of thing. And so I bought a shirt and I changed that and wore it all day. It was fantastic. It was comfortable kind of thing. So we went back to check out the dealer's hall again. To start.
Tried to catch all the ones. Because we like to at least do a walkthrough on the first night. And anything we know for sure we want to get, we get the first night.
Yeah.
But then we're like, you never know. Something didn't catch your eye the first time. Yeah. It doesn't hurt to look around. And we were like, hey, we got some money to spend. We worked hard to make some spending money for us. And yeah. Went a little frivolous in some places. We did a second round.
Back to
at Deadly Sweets.
We got more stuff.
And then it was time for me to start hitting the things I wanted to catch outside of the show floor. So first thing up was Barry's Truth or Scare game show, which was super fun. If you're not familiar, Barry Under Your Bed is a puppet. And he and his human, who helps control him, his puppeteer, there we go, are very entertaining people. And Barry was the first trading card we got of the weekend.
Yes, it was.
Was it the first? No. Barry was the second. I snagged a couple Mr. He trading cards at the bar at Epitaph, and then I got a Barry card. So I was very excited. He was talking to Little Monster, like, do you want my card? And I'm like, yes, say yes. And then he's like, do you want one? I was like, absolutely.
He's a very talented puppeteer.
Yeah, very engaging. We've seen him around for the last few years. We've been going to Midsummer Scream and Season Screamings. He's done like scavenger hunts and different kinds of events with Midsummer Scream. And I don't know if this was the first time he actually had like a room where he got to do something. But so I went to the game show, which was really fun. It was essentially like horror movie trivia, but he did it in different ways. And he had two celebrity quotation mark judges for each of his game shows that he had each day at the convention. So at the one I went to, the celebrity guests were Lucy Ball, who is another puppet.
Okay.
And Mud the Magnificent, which we've seen him perform. He's a magician. He's the undead magician. He's really fun. He has a really great act, too, if you ever catch him. I think we caught him our second year at Midsummer. So that was really entertaining. Definitely my favorite part of the trivia was the name that butt. But I was like listening to it. I didn't participate. Anyone from the audience could volunteer to guess the trivia. But I was realizing, wow, I actually know quite a bit of horror movie trivia.
Yep, you do.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Afterwards, we headed straight to the back of the show floor room to catch.
Because they were hanging out in the pumpkin patch, kids area of the show floor. So
Paranormal
I met
Pixies
them down.
Pumpkin Patch.
I met them back there, and the next thing we wanted to catch was also on the show floor promenade stage.
Yes. So,
not promenade. No. What's it called?
show floor stage.
Oh yeah, I think it's the show floor stage.
And that's in the back of the convention center.
Back of the show floor.
Back of the show floor. You had all the vendors and stuff. We went to go see Twirly the Clown, and just a fun little show. Her first introduction, she did something with Little Monster. It was fantastic. She's such a energetic person, but when you put her in a spotlight, she just like freezes.
Our daughter. He's talking about our daughter, not Twirly.
Yeah. No, Twirly is fantastic.
Twirly knows how to pull in a crowd. I thought you were talking about Twirly at first. That's why I was like, I have to clarify.
Our daughter just freezes on that kind of thing. But as soon as she's done, she's like, oh my God, that was so fun, kind of thing. So, fun show.
I think she gets that from me.
Yeah, she does probably. Really fun show, really entertaining and whatnot. If you get a chance to, check her out.
Yes.
Kind of thing. Twirly was.
Yeah, Twirly's alter ego, Dana Benedict, does amazing burlesque shows and performances. I can't think of, she does this performance theater where it's like you kind of wander around and there's different ghosts and things and they do performances. It's really, really sounds amazing. I would love to go one year. But yeah, so if you ever get the chance, definitely check out Twirly and check out Twirly's alter ego. She has these amazing songs. Dana Benedict just came out with this great song I've been obsessed with called The Hunt. So yeah, we love supporting our spooky creatives here. So Twirly's performance was short and sweet. Kids had a good time. And then...
I skipped something.
What'd you skip?
In the beginning of Saturday.
Which was?
Our son got to meet one of his heroes.
Oh, yes. Because we had to swing by the Lovecraft booth, guys. Not only are we huge Lovecraft fans, our son is a huge skeleton fan, as we already discussed. Yeah. So we were hoping we might run into Skeleton Sam because we had a terrible job of running into him last year. We didn't have any luck finding him last year. However, he was there.
He was there, and they had a one-on-one experience together, and it was fantastic.
Yes.
Little Boo was
again like Little Monster.
Like Little Monster was like really shy.
We could tell that he was like over the moon, absolutely starstruck. But the video, we're just like dying because he's like tiny little steps already for a tiny little human coming closer, like not sure what to do. Skeleton Sam's like high five or fist bump, and so it's like you and Sam would demonstrate a high five, and then Little Boo would be like, oh, okay, it's okay, I can touch the skeleton. And then it's like Little Monster comes in and he's like, okay, I'll just walk away now. Like his face was just like, I can't believe that just happened.
Yeah, he had a face like, I've seen you in my TV and now you're real.
And that was like one of the moments I for sure caught.
Yes.
And I was very excited. I have that
kind of thing.
Forever.
So yeah, I wanted to bring that up. I was like, oh yeah, we forgot to talk about that. I was like, and why not? Mm-hmm. But after Twirly the Clown, we tried to catch the living drag. I say try because
he says when he says we
means I try to catch.
Eric and I and Little Boo, because Little Monster wanted to hang out in the pumpkin patch still, headed up to the drag show, Return of the Living Drag. And we were sitting there. It was good. And Little Boo was like, nah, I don't want to be here. So Eric took one for the team.
I caught Peach's performance. I did not catch the rest of it. Just that was a fantastic show. So
I recorded
good job,
it,
ladies. Kind of thing.
Amazing
show. I'm sure you guys killed it.
Hats off to all the queens and kings performing.
Yes, you guys are always amazing. I got to see you guys last year. I'm sad to see you this year.
We really need to check out Terror Vault, I think.
Yes, Peaches Christ, we want to check out your stuff. Your local.
We love you, Peaches.
We love you, Peaches.
We're so glad your drag mom, Elvira, introduced us to you.
Exactly.
Because we would have never known about you if it hadn't been for Elvira.
I think so.
Now we love you.
Yes. But while she was enjoying the lovely ladies, the drag show, I was with the little ones at Paranormal Pixie Pumpkin Patch, which...
Try saying that 10 times fast.
4-piece. Which... Every year they do a better and better job at it, and it's really a fantastic experience. Whoever is hosting it please, please, please give us a donation option, because we want to donate to you, because they keep announcing how you are putting all this together, buying all supplies. We want to give back to you because our kids love it. Because the
families really appreciate it.
Yes, the families really appreciate it. It's a great place for the kids just to relax, and just get out of the sensory overload.
Mm-hmm. And because we have pretty much every year of Midsummer Scream we've attended has been with our children in different stages. So I was pregnant with Little Monster the very first year we went. And Little Monster has gone every year
since. And she's enjoyed the arts and craft. The shows you guys put on are fantastic.
Yes. And it's so nice that we don't have to drag our kids everywhere.
Yeah.
Because as adults, we can do that. We can run around the convention center.
Yeah.
Kids are a little bit more finicky. And as parents, we greatly appreciate that this little area is there. It really makes us as a family feel welcome at a convention.
Yes.
And that's so hard and rare to find.
Exactly, yes.
Because most conventions, there are very few that are actually like... We want to include the families, not just, you can bring your kids, but we're not going to do anything for them.
Exactly.
And I have loved that about Midsummer Scream from day one, that it's always been for families of all ages. It's the monster kids of all ages.
Exactly. So Midsummer Scream, if you listen, give us contact of this person so we can find out, we can do like a Venmo them some donations and stuff. If I missed their donation QR code, I want to give you guys back because our kids love it. The shows were fantastic. Skeleton Sam kept swinging by there.
Yeah.
So the kids got a few chances to dance with him, The Marionette show, so creative. And the first time after leaving the drag show, I had little Boo sitting there, and every time the marionettes would fly so close to over his head, he would duck down.
It was so cute.
It was a situation that went out, and we saw the skeletons come out, and his eyes were like...
I'm just going to say, people who are watching our episode on YouTube are going to have a ball, because all the things we're talking about, I'll be throwing clips in over.
There we go.
So,
but yeah, so it was a fantastic show. A fantastic place, And as parents, sometimes you need a place to rest, kind of thing. It's a great place to go do that, kind of thing, So
well, and it'd be great. So we would be able to tag team, essentially. Yeah. So Eric would stay with the kids, and I'd be like, I wanted to go check a vendor without being distracted on, are the kids grabbing something? Or
that is one thing I do want to say to all the vendors out there. You guys were so amazing with our kids. Some of you guys gave out little free goodies, little stickers and stuff. So thank you very much. You guys are very understanding of them, be curious on what you guys had, kind of thing. I tried my best to make sure that they weren't breaking anything, and thankfully they didn't. Kind of thing. But yeah, you guys were fantastic on that.
There was no one who was ever
you kids.
Ew, they can't be here.
Yeah, so thank you so much for all that kind of thing. Our kids were curious of everything you guys had, so it made it very nice.
Yes.
On the end of our day, Chelsea was really wanting to brave herself up to go to a haunt.
I had one haunt in particular. I was like, I'm obligated to go.
Yes.
I was like, I really have to go, but I need someone to scope it out first because I am a chicken. And all the years, that's something we didn't mention, is Midsummer Scream does have different haunt displays. Some are just walkthroughs. There's no scare actors. Some, it is like going through the Halloween mazes of whoever's hosting them. I'm sure you guys know, your haunted houses, your local haunted houses. And I have, in my 5 years of attending Midsummer Scream,
you went
prior to this year? No, I've never been to one. Did you go
on with me? The first year?
No.
Did I coax you into it?
You tried really hard. You went in and you were like, it's not that bad. And I was like, I don't want to wait in the line.
Yeah. If you don't have a gold bat,
because our first year we were just general admission.
Nothing. So the hunt was a Winchester themed hunt.
Not just Winchester themed, it was Winchester sponsored, baby. The people who put it on, Straight to Hail Productions, they are working with Winchester. They worked with them last year on Winchester's haunt and are coming back again to work on their haunt this year as well.
I'll wait for your Sunday talk about that.
Well, yeah. Well, you've been jumping ahead, so I did too.
But yeah, so I scoped it out for her because
I'm a chicken.
Well, it's not just that. Is that?
But also, he could mentally prepare me because we were getting mixed reviews.
Yes.
On how scary or not scary it was.
When it comes to experiences, not just haunts or movies or even food, I'm gonna put myself in a pedestal and be like, I'm a good buffer for Chelsea because she trusts my opinion because
and
I know
he has a good idea, a sense of what's really gonna get to me and
what's your limits,
what my limit is. So
kind of
he's like a good person to like send ahead and then come back and report
for her. For the rest of you, I don't know. You guys know how.
This is specific for me. This is why he's my husband, not yours. Okay.
Kind of thing. But no, it was a very fun, detail-wise experience. The experience that I had was a little different than what she had, just because of the timing of those characters. But it was.
Yeah. Apparently, the day I went, everyone was feeling the same way we were. Like a little tired.
But it was fantastic overall. It was a good time.
No, it was still good.
Afterwards, we were hungry, and instead of trying to feed our kids at midnight, like we did the night before, we decided to feed them at a reasonable time for dinner. Yep. And we checked out, finally, Solitas.
Yeah. So
tacos and margaritas.
It's literally right across the street from one of the Midsummer Scream hotels. And we see it every year because it's in big letters, tacos and margaritas. Tacos and margaritas. And we see it every year. We're like, we'll check it out. But then we're like, it's kind of a long wait, or we just don't feel like it.
Yeah.
And we were like, we're going to do it. We have time to kill.
Most of the time, we're like, we have tacos at home. Like, it can't be any different.
Well, and we were like, honestly, because it's like on the corner from the convention center, we were like, it's probably just okay.
Yeah, it's probably just okay. Probably the prices are like high kind of thing and whatnot.
We were pleasantly mistaken.
It was a very good restaurant, very affordable for
delicious watermelon margaritas.
I'm gonna say discovered. There's a such thing as a vampire taco. It's more research I did about it. Because I saw somewhere else had it.
It's apparently a SoCal thing?
It's apparently, no, it's a Michoacan thing.
What's a Michoacan?
Michoacan is a city in Mexico. And it's a style of cooking stuff. Kind of thing. The enchiladas I've made for your family for the first time. They're still in Michoacan. So, it's just very red. That's what it is. So it's like, I like, like you bleeding out. Food was fantastic. Margaritas were great.
Yeah, so good.
I had...
and the cocktails, too.
Cocktails were really good. Kind of thing, and it was a good time, very good time, kind of thing. And then once again, we dropped off our
time to ditch the kids and put on the dancing shoes.
Put on the dancing shoes. I didn't take my shoes off after.
I put on comfy shoes. I got out of my flapper dress, which is very funny if you think about it. I know, right? And put on tennis shoes, shorts, and a t-shirt. Got comfy, and I'm so glad I did, because we were dancing a lot. We were like, we'll be tired. We're going to be there for maybe half an hour.
Yeah, she was like, we're going to be there for 10, 15 minutes and then we'll leave. I'm like, okay, cool. And we went there. We're there like an hour or two.
Hour and a half,
dancing. Fun times.
And I was like, I think the reason...
to NSYNC's Bye Bye Bye.
I don't dance. I don't do anything to NSYNC.
And I'm like, come on, it's just a fun song.
This is why, like, that new Trolls movie is going to be hard for me to watch.
Anyway, but no, it was a fun time. I feel the music was much more danceable than last year's music.
Yeah, last year, I feel like they were playing too heavy on the theme of the, what was it, 60s? Or is the disco.
Disco.
Right? But it was more like music of the 70s. There wasn't a ton of disco music. And this year, much... I'd say more modern. I'd say more our generation of music. At least our friend group. Yeah. For sure.
Definitely like early 2000s music.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
A lot of it.
Really
I still want more. I still want more spooky music at the after dark party.
You didn't need to get a spooky DJ. Because they just get a DJ.
They need to actually have Lovecraft actually DJ it. Not just have like Lovecraft on the stage with the DJ. Lovecraft needs to DJ it.
Hey, Midsummer Scream, this is a suggestion kind of thing. But yeah, no, it was a fun time with all our friends. We had a good time there dancing.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Afterwards, we decided to hang out with a new friend Not a new friend.
A new pair of friends.
A new pair of friends. You guys come check us out all the time. You guys come to our lives all the time. We're talking about 1, 2, 3 traditions. Hi guys.
You guys are so wonderful. It was so great getting to hang with you.
Great hanging out with
wine
you guys
in our hotel lobby.
We were drinking some wine, playing some pool,
chatting it up like we were old friends. I loved it.
We were hanging out, and apparently, some video guy from Lionsgate came by.
Oh yeah, one of the PR reps for Lionsgate ended up playing pool with the guys.
You come on, play pool. It's like sure, and we had a good time. Juan, fantastic hanging out with you. I can't wait to do it again, hopefully sooner than later, kind of thing. And yeah, that was our Saturday.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Very busy.
Very busy.
So you can imagine come Sunday.
Come Sunday, we're going to
put on our Sips and Spirits t-shirts that we made. I
didn't do anything.
You had to try it on, so I knew where to put the ghost.
Kind of thing. We had to put them on, and
you guys need to put it to a vote, though. Eric's convinced people would be interested.
If you guys are.
And I think our friends are so wonderful and sweet. They were like, so how do we get our Sips and Spirits t-shirts?
You ask her.
I don't think people would actually be that interested. So
you let us know.
Would you guys be interested in Sips and Spirits t-shirts? I mean, we'll share them on the gram, and you can tell us what you think.
Without the stains.
Huh?
Nothing.
Did you say without the stains?
Yes, I did.
I thought I got them all.
But yes, no, they're very comfy shirts.
What you get when you eat dinner before recording.
Right, kind of thing. Chelsea made these customs all herself.
It's all my ghosts.
Kind of thing, and why not?
My ghosts. It's our Sips and Spirits ghosts, but I drew them.
I think I had like one person scan the QR code in the back while I was walking around.
Yeah, the QR code, I was being kind of silly because also on our lanyards, I got custom lanyards made. I was going to wear those for this.
Oh, well, we can post them there.
But yeah, so we had little ghosts on our lanyards, but also had a QR code on our badge too.
So Sunday, it was our mission to do work for Sips and Spirits.
Yes. I was like, work.
We was like, you know what? We caught some people on Saturday. But
it's a trigger word right now.
I know, right? But we made a point to catch most of our friends that we could on Sunday to do our lovely cryptic card pulling.
Yes.
And we got quite a bit of them. We're very excited for this year's pulls.
Yes.
1, 2, 3 tradition. I'm sorry we didn't get it.
I know. We kept meaning to.
We kept meaning to, and then when we go to
when we come together, we were all just like, we're down timing now.
I think, and I felt bad going up and getting the cards and waking up the kids and coming back down kind of thing. So.
I think we were more worried about the kids being up.
Yeah.
And you coming and going.
Yeah, coming and see me. So 1, 2, 3 traditions. We'll get you guys to pull the cards.
Absolutely.
Kind of thing.
Next year.
Next year.
Or you need to come hang out with us at Winchester.
Come hang out at Winchester, kind of thing. But yeah, so we went to do that. And Chelsea went off to Winchester panel.
Yeah.
The panel that Mr. He kept saying she has to go.
Naturally.
Because when you pass by Mr. He's epitaph bar, he saw me and saw Chelsea's sister and thought that was Chelsea, but then realized no, that's not her. And then she was like, oh, she must be at Winchester, and I'm like, yep, she's at Winchester. It was a fun experience.
I had to go home away from home.
So how was it?
It was really cool. The haunt that they're going to plan for this year sounds really exciting. I think people are going to love it.
Do you want more?
I'll take more. Sure.
Keep talking.
They've been calling their haunt Unhinged, and I think it changes a little each time, but so this year it's called Unhinged Housewarming. And so in honor of their 100th anniversary, because they opened to give tours into the public in 1923. The haunt is also 1920s themed. They're encouraging people to go dressed up to the haunt. They not only have the 2 paths through the haunt that you can make, but they're also going to have a third scare area called Into the Mist outside, which sounds absolutely terrifying. But a part I am very excited about is that they're going to open a Halloween museum while this is all happening. And you can go anytime outside of the haunt. You don't have to go to the haunt experience to check out the museum, which I'm very excited about. But I am going to try and be brave and go to their haunts sometime this year. I haven't figured out when, but they're planning to do something for Friday the 13th in October during the haunt. So they'll have something special going on. So I think that's the day I really want to go.
So you can go by yourself.
Oh, joy.
You know, watch the kids.
I need someone to record my terror for posterity.
We have cameras, so I can just put it in front of you. If you guys are tune in for the first time, Sips and Spirits, we don't normally have a bar in the back to refill our cocktails. We knew this was going to be a long episode.
Yeah, this is going to be a long episode.
So,
sorry, we meant to warn you guys at the beginning, but we just needed to get into it.
This is a long episode. So that's why I've been refilling our cocktails through it, kind of thing.
Yeah, usually we have one glass or we make our drink a double because we know we have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, that's what I want to. But yes, that was fun. And then after that, Chelsea braved herself to go.
Yeah, so I was really inspired. The haunt was so cool. And also, one last thing for Winchester. They are planning to do something kind of spooky for Christmas time as well, in addition to their unhinged haunt during Halloween time. So I'm excited because I really actually thrived when I got to do the Holidays with the Historian tour last year during Christmas time. So I'm looking forward to what they're going to do because they want to make it essentially a living Christmas Carol experience with 13 spirits of Christmas. So should be fun.
Didn't you tell me that they shouted you out in the...
They did, because they're like, they can't wait to see what ensemble I will bring. And I was like, I'm so excited. They shouted me out, but I am also like, oh.
And she got to step your game up.
No pressure.
No pressure at all. But yes, so Chelsea braved herself to go to the hunt.
Yes.
Kind of thing.
I had to.
Here was the situation that was different. There's a room in the Haunted Mansion walkthrough where, if you guys have ever been to a Haunted Mansion, they have a staircase that is very, not so steep. What's that word?
Do you mean Winchester?
Winchester, what's that?
You said Haunted Mansion.
I said Haunted Mansion. Same thing. No.
I mean, Haunted Mansion was inspired by Winchester.
There's a staircase in Winchester where the stairs are not very steep, so you have to go back and forth, back and forth.
Right, they're shallow steps. So Sarah created them for her arthritis.
If you've seen the movie, is a scene where the little kid is shooting at Sarah Winchester.
Yeah, those are the steps he's talking about.
Those are the steps he's talking about. So there's a part in the haunt that kind of looks like that. There's walls that kind of like block you. You have to go back and forth, and there's a mist covering the walls, so you can't see.
You can't even see the walls, guys. He was like, I didn't see them. And he was like, just so you know, there's walls in this room.
If you're her height, you can't see them. If you're my height, looking down the world, you can see the walls.
I didn't realize it was supposed to be those steps.
I think so. That's what made me think of it anyway. So, there's fog there. When we went together...
It's not foggy. It's a mist.
A mist.
So, because it's laying low.
Yeah. It's okay. When we went there, the scare actor was already standing and scaring the people who were in front of us.
Yeah, apparently we were booking it too fast.
She was just, I'm out of here.
I was not. But, like, the actors were really coming up on me.
Yes.
Like, telling me to move on.
Yes, they were. They were taking too long.
Because I was trying to look at the details. They wouldn't let me.
And so, like, that was the one part of the whole thing where I was like, ooh, that made me, jump a little bit, kind of thing. But when we got there for her, the schedule was already up and it was taken care of. When I went the day before with her sister, we got to the place and I'm walking through the walls and I go to the corner and then I realize there's someone squatting under the mist. Under the what? Mist. And I was like, whew, there is somebody squatting under the mist. Like I saw it and then my body went like, ooh, that was scary.
See, and that's why I think it's supposed to be mist. So in their preview at the panel, right, their new outdoor scare area is called Into the Mist. Uh-huh. So I felt like that was supposed to be kind of previewing or sampling that a bit.
I'm curious how that's going to work because I talked to the mist people.
You were saying like that mist has to be in an indoor environment.
It can be done outside, but as soon as you get up, it goes away. Kind of thing. But yeah, so when I saw it, the person was there and then they jumped at us once we passed him.
No, the guy was already standing.
He was standing yelling at everybody, get out.
Yeah, he was yelling at us to get out. So the scare that was really good is because I didn't feel like we were going too fast.
No.
But we were catching, maybe the group in front of us was going too slow.
And that's what I told people. I think the group in front of us was going too slow.
Right. So there was a guy who was like in this bungee contraption to kind of lean forward and lunge at you, but then come back. So he was higher up. And so we saw him going back, and I was like, that's impressive. I've never seen that before. I don't do haunt, so I don't know if this is a standard thing, but I was pretty impressed. And I was like, let's keep going. But he came up behind me afterwards, and like right here, I could feel it in my hair. Boo. Like really soft. He wasn't even loud.
Oh my God.
And I was like, okay.
But
I did not also like the room with all the body bags hanging.
That was interesting.
I was so convinced there was going to be someone in one of them that grabs you.
I know, right? that was very...
But I'm glad they had like a sign at the beginning where it's like, you don't touch them, they won't touch you.
Exactly.
So I was like, okay, they won't grab me. I kept telling myself
was
that.
Was Winchester the one that had like the tall guy at the end?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. That made me jump too. But Chelsea had a Chelsea nerd moment. As we were walking through it, she's like,
there's
this is
one point where they have, it's like a hallway, there's a candle, and then it's like there's a dark facade. You can see a little head like peeking out there. I'm still not sure if that was an actual person or if it's just a mannequin. Very convincing looking humanoid face. But I see the wallpaper, and I'm like, oh, that's the Lynn Crystal wallpaper.
She completely gets herself out of the
there was like
haunt.
I think it was one of the actors we had just passed. There's one at the beginning, and I think there's one at the end. And I feel like the one at the end was like kind of trailing us because they picked up really quickly that I was the easy one to scare. And the lady, I swear, her body didn't know how to process what I just said. Like, she pointed at the wallpaper and was like, that's Lana. Like, what is happening right now?
Yes,
That was a reaction I got from one of the haunt actors, and I was here for it. But then, in true Chelsea fashion, because it definitely did get the frights in me, I walked out hysterical laughter. And they were like, wow, you came out laughing.
And I was like, no, she's terrified.
Because that's my defense mechanism.
But yeah, overall, it was a fun experience. The rest of our weekend, we spent quite a bit of time at the, once again, Paranormal Pixie Pumpkin Patch. Once again.
That was the rest of our Sunday.
I went with Chelsea's sister to catch haunts because she wanted to go check them out. So we walked through most of them. They were open at that time, so that was a fun experience. And then we said goodbye to Midsummer Scream. Yeah. We went to get some food. We got a pizza most of the time. California Pizza Kitchen out there. I just ordered online. It was fantastic. I didn't have to wait for anything.
Yeah.
Just my order to be ready. So I got there early, so I was like, okay, that makes sense. And then we had a large group of 9 people. After finding a place to eat, we went to check out we found a place to eat. It was to see our house. It was our last meal with our friends. And then we went back to their hotel because it was the closest one. Hang out there, talk for a little bit longer.
Hung out in the lobby.
And then
enjoyed each other's company.
And said our goodbyes. Our tearful goodbyes.
They weren't tearful, actually.
No, they weren't actually. But they were nice, lovely goodbyes. Everybody was
heartfelt for sure. It was wonderful to kind of have that little downtime, but not have people like rushing off.
Yes, kind of thing. Some of our friends had to leave earlier and whatnot, but we got a chance to say goodbye to everybody. And it was a fantastic experience overall.
Absolutely.
Kind of thing. And then we got to say goodbye one more time to 1 to 3 traditions.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And yeah, overall, it was a very, very fun Midsummer Scream.
Very full and busy, as you guys can hear.
Yeah, we talked about it at the first beginning here. That we did not take that many pictures. Like any event, and I'm sure you guys who go to conventions feel this too. You see all the pictures everybody posts. You see all the memories they have of that event, and they're like, at least I know I was feeling it for a couple of days. Like, did I do Midsummer Scream right?
Did I miss out?
Did I miss out? Did I
not do enough?
Did I do enough? Did I not get to hang out with our friends enough? And then after a while, I'm feeling bad for myself, for lack of better words. Kind of thing. I'm like, oh my god, I spent all this money. I went to this trip.
Keep it.
And why not? And I like, did I get to experience it how I wanted to? And I sat back and thought to myself,
Mm-hmm.
you know what? I did get to enjoy how I wanted to. I might not have captured moments like that in camera, but I
Mm-hmm.
got to hang out with friends. I
Absolutely.
got to be in the experience, kind of thing. And it's something that I know a lot of people feel when they go to these events. It's like, oh, I didn't take enough pictures. There's not enough proof that I was there. Oh, I got no pictures of my costume that I wore, kind of thing. You know, we all
I
get that
wonder who he's
situation.
talking about.
That situation, but like, you gotta remember, it's like sometimes you're just in the moment. Yes, you don't get to share it on Instagram and social media or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, but did you have a good time? Did you enjoy yourself? Did you find yourself not reaching for your phone? To be like, oh, let me check Instagram or whatever.
I mean, I loved it because I really felt I was vibing
Yeah,
with the Halloween like spirit. We got
this
to do.
girl chatterboxing
Oh my god.
everybody. Like, we're trying to go Walmart run to the dealer's hall on Sunday, and I can't go 10 feet without stopping and talking to somebody for like 30 minutes. And I'm like, okay, we got kids here. Let's go, kind of thing. So we started leaving her behind. But no, yeah, it's one of those situations where like you gotta go sit back and be like, did I actually have a good time? Just because it wasn't there memorized on the internet.
Yeah, it was. I mean, for me, I felt like it was such a magical experience because we did get to just connect with people we've only really gotten to chat with online, and or you know, I feel like there's such a idolizing misconception of people when you just go up and talk to them. It's like chatting with
Hmm.
old friends because we all have this mutual shared love of Halloween, and like Spooky Little Halloween did this great video
Today
this week,
and got us
and
all teary up.
she worded it so well of just, it's not the shopping, it's not the decorating or how much you can buy or what you can find. It's connecting with all these people who have this shared love,
Yeah.
and realizing we all have a different way of sharing it, and that's what makes us becoming friends so amazing. I'm like tearing up.
I know. God, but no.
Because and it was weird, like getting into these conversations with people I never would have thought I'd be chatting up, and I've just was like, yeah, I've admired your stuff for a long time, and and then people being like, you do look really familiar or whatnot, and it's like,
Are you out there? So
I even had someone actually shout me out like, hey, are you Chelsea? And I was like, oh, yes. Do I know you?
you
I'm
just
sorry.
stalkers out there. No, God, but it was a fun time, and I can't wait to go back
I know. Me too.
next
I'm
year.
so excited. I mean, I think that's why it's like I do really want to. I love that we went to season screenings the one year. It was really fun, and it was a much more scaled down version of Midsummer Scream,
Yes.
which I kind of enjoyed more. If I could pick between the two, I would probably go to season screenings over Midsummer, just because of the size of it. It's more homely, and it's less of the hubbub and the crowds, but it doesn't always fall at the best time on our calendar. Let me
It
tell
falls
you,
right around.
it's either right before or right after our daughter's birthday. Um, but it's great to have that reprieve and that reminder that you're not. I don't want to say like that you're alone, but it's that
We're
there's
all weirdos.
and we all get to be weirdos, and no one's gonna blink an eye about
I
it.
think
It's like, oh, that chick really loves spider webs. Cool, I got some spider webs over here.
it's the realization that you're not, and I would say you're not alone on your hobby. You're not alone on your likes. You're not alone on your love for Halloween and the horror. kind of thing.
Yeah.
There's this community. You hear all the time.
It makes it feel like with us as like, we are definitely on the smaller scale of having an audience, right? I won't deny that. But we don't feel like we're insignificant.
No,
we're all here together, and everyone has something great to say about each other.
You know, you hear about the Comic Cons of the world. You hear about the anime conventions. You know, you hear about the events of that, and when it comes
the drama that comes with it,
there's that too. But when it comes to Halloween and horror, you know, it does feel a little shun under kind of thing. Like, you know, you don't get as much, and Midsummer Scream has done a great job to bringing all these people together who have this love for Halloween and horror, who have this love for, you know, the macabre kind of thing, and make it a place where you don't feel like you're an outsider kind of thing. I enjoy Halloween. I don't love Halloween. I enjoy it. I enjoy horror. I don't love horror. I enjoy it. I enjoy haunts. I can go to Midsummer Scream and have a fantastic time. Kind of thing. I've gone to other conventions, which will not be named, where I like their stuff, but I go there and I'm like, I don't feel like I'm part of this event. I don't feel like I can enjoy myself. I don't feel like I can chat up to somebody and be like, hey, let's be friends. Kind of thing. But Midsummer Scream has opened up this door, you know, to meeting all these great people who all have the same interests as us, and create this fantastic friendships that we have now.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah. It's really special.
Yes.
And if we haven't sold it on to you yet, we're totally selling it now.
Go.
Because we would love to meet you.
Yes.
If you guys are listening here, it's probably because you enjoy listening to us.
Hopefully.
So after we have a 2-hour episode.
Right? After our episode, we'll see how much you guys love us after this. But yeah, no. We go there. We come say hi to us. Even with the little ones, it's fine.
If you have little ones too, our little ones love socialize.
So. They have very little stranger danger, which is a little scary sometimes. But no, yeah, you know, we love going to these events. We would love to meet you guys. We've had a few interactions here and there, kind of thing, and whatnot. So please, if you guys do check out these events, you know, if you do see us, come say hi. You know, we're not scary celebrities. we won't go like, ooh, poo you, kind of thing. You know, we'll welcome you and say hi and, you know, all that fun jazz that you guys do.
Because we're not celebrities, guys. We're just here having a good time.
Yes.
And we love having a good time with a drink in hand. So go find us in the hole in the wall.
Or any other bar around there.
or reviving at the Epitaph.
I do want to say that I did like the fact that some of their bars had like pre-made cocktails already. And those canned cocktails.
Oh, like the canned cocktails?
Yeah. So
which was perfect.
Oh.
Linking in with our newsletter.
If you go to Midsummer Scream or you do attend, hydrate. In the back of the Hall of Shadows, in that restaurant back there, there's bathrooms on either side.
Next to where they were doing the photo ops, guys.
Next to the photo ops. There's a restaurant back there. There's bathrooms on either side. Next to the bathrooms around the corner, there's water stations to fill up your water on both sides.
I don't know. I know 1, 2, 3 Traditions had mentioned that they didn't realize they could bring their water bottles in. You can absolutely bring your water bottle in. Do it.
Stay hydrated.
You have to stay hydrated, guys.
It does get warm.
This is all our years of convention experiencing. I myself was a borderline code blue.
Yes, you was. And you guys know what code blue is?
I have passed out.
It's a medical emergency.
At a convention. Freaked everyone we were with out.
I was asleep.
I literally went like, I'm going to pass out.
Yes, you did.
And then I didn't.
And
they were like, what do? We were watching something.
No.
Not at Midsummer. This didn't happen at Midsummer Screen. Nobody freak out. This was a long time ago at a convention that no longer exists as that convention.
But yeah.
Hydrate.
It's important to hydrate, especially on summer conventions. Especially walking around, you're talking to people.
And I know it's a bore to carry around your water bottle, but it's better than paying $8 for the little
convention water bottles they sell you?
The normal standard size, 12, 16 ounce bottles that you can get a whole 40 case of for like $4.
Yeah. So yeah, no.
Hydrate. And they were telling us, like, one of the convention staff, not the Midsummer Scream staff, but the convention center staff, had noticed that we had our water bottles in the kids. Their water bottles were in their tray in the stroller. And they were like, hey, just so you know, there's a hydration station, a water station over here.
It's one of those water bottle, like, fountains that you see nowadays.
I feel like you guys just ask around. They'll point you in the right direction.
Okay? But yeah.
So it was a fun experience. If you didn't get that.
I don't know what to do with this.
On that note, we want to shout out all the lovely people. We have to say thank you to the Midsummer Scream team.
Yes.
And especially thank you to John. He was the media rep whom I was in contact with, who got Cheers with Chelsea media pass.
Yay, thank you.
Thank you. You did such a great job. The entire build up to Midsummer Scream coming onto the team. I've never gotten so much communication and PR press notices ahead of time. It was great. And just actually getting reached out to from your guests and stuff. So John did amazing. I know it was a little frazzled there on Thursday, but dude, I totally get it. That's out of your control. So it was really great. I mean, even at one point when we were in line for Winchester, they saw we had media passes and he's like, hey, you can take the shortcut. There's a actual spot for media specific to go through. We're like, no, we'll just chill in the gold bat.
Yeah.
And so I feel like really enjoyed it. I felt so informed and prepared for going to the event, had a good idea of everything that was going on. So
yep. Shout out to all our friends with Samhain Society. If you guys are looking for Halloween content, any of our amazing friends from Samhain Society is a great to follow if you guys don't already follow.
There's a wide variety of choices to pick from. Yeah. We all do something different.
It's different.
So it's not like, oh yeah, it's all 20 of us making DIYs for your pumpkin carving.
Yeah.
We all do something completely different from each other, which makes it really fun because we get to see, even sometimes we share an idea and we all come out with something different with it. We didn't get too much of a chance to chat with them, but I did meet this fun cosplayer called Sly Doxy. She was with two of her friends. They were dressed as the Hex Girls.
Yes.
So my sister and I were totally nerding out because they even had their instruments. It was super cool. They did a great job.
Fantastic
job.
So
nice job. And we also, my phone took a ride on the Haunted Hearse from Jane Tardo.
That was interesting. I get to see.
That was really fun. I'll have to show you the video.
Their setup was pretty cool.
Yeah, so it's essentially this Connects roller coaster set up in the back of a hearse, and there's decor. It's almost like a haunted house that your phone gets to ride, and so it records a video going through, and then you get to scare your phone and stuff. It was really fun.
I am mad at you.
Me? Why?
Yeah.
What?
Because I'm looking at our exhibitor words to follow list, and you have somebody that I was like, hey, how can I find you?
Who? What?
So, exhibitors worth following.
Oh, so yeah, I wanted to shout out to the people who weren't necessarily selling something, but who we either saw a performance of or
stuff
was advertising something that's coming up in the Halloween season.
Paranormal Pixie. I'm here going off like, hey, I want to know who you are, and you're like, you have it right here.
Well, I didn't know what was the best. I was like, you know what? We'll cover it later. Because we did say in our notes we would talk more about Paranormal Pixie on Sunday.
So Paranormal Pixie, who put together the pumpkin patch at Midsummer Scream, thank you so much.
Yes.
For that. If you have a Ben Moore or something, you want some donations, let me know. I will send them your way. Yeah,
and working with Paranormal Pixie, so they were in charge of the setting up of the area, but then
the MC,
Buster, the Psychic Buster was pretty much the MC of the stage performances that were going on in the pumpkin patch. So he would introduce the guests. He'd have his own little bit. He has a fun little psychic
He is great with children.
Oh, he's so good with kids.
He's a great MC for this kind of thing. If you haven't a chance to see him perform,
he has great energy. Another great performer. I've been finding the more years we attend Midsummer Scream, I always end up tending to lean towards going to the performances to see what kind of energy everyone's bringing. Because like Buster has this really great stage presence. Twirly knows how to get her audience really engaged, and but they do it in different ways, and so it's so fun to find that in I don't know, it feels like it brings a bit of what I want Halloween to be for me. Like it makes me think a lot of just the energy of like Kay Kaiser and his band, right?
Yes. Foursome Nature Productions.
Yes, they were the people who were doing the contained ghosts, the captured ghosts, for the trading card.
Yeah, that was such a cool thing. So if you guys do it again next year, please. That was so awesome. We showed up the first day. You go to the back of the Grand Center.
You see all these people with like this blue ring around their neck,
and then you have an actor coming to you telling you about this containment of these creatures, and hopefully
they give you this yellow rimmed card like you need to hold on to this. This is for the sake and safety of all the attendees at Midsummer Scream.
And if you see these guys out and about, their rings are now red. Go up to them, show them the card, and it'll tell you how to contain them. Kind of thing. It was a fun experience. We forgot our card Saturday, so we did not get as much as we want to.
Well, so like we were passing a bunch of uncontained ghosts as we were heading down to the vendor hall, and I was like, I have to go back and get another card.
Yeah.
And then by the time we got back or we were leaving, we couldn't find the ghosts.
Yes. So and the few that we found, you get to do a little interaction like some of them.
So that was part of them doing the trading card game I mentioned earlier. So if you did whatever the ghost needed in order to be contained, you would get that ghost's card. So we got like 3 or 4 of them. Yeah,
it was very fun, and they're all like different riddles kind of thing.
Yeah, so like one was like a ghost and you had to scare him. And the other was like the crying mask or something. And you had to do something to make him smile.
And then one was like this.
What was the plague doctor? Because we have that.
So the plague doctor, if you're clean, he will give you a card. So he grabs a cotton swab and like, you know, like he rubs you and like comes out clean. It was cute. I saw.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
I saw an extra on one of the actors. You have to like put your hand to their costume kind of thing. Darkness did not have a card. You had to go to tell them once you're done with everybody else, go back and how to contain darkness.
Yeah, and I saw one in passing where you kind of had to like mimic what they were doing, and I was like, "Oh, this looked like so much fun! I wish I had spent a little more time like trying to get the ghosts." That was
fantastic. If you guys do something like that again next year, that'll be something I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure. LA Ghostbusters. We've seen you many times.
Almost every year.
Every year. We have not interacted with you guys. Mostly because when there were Ghostbuster gear. Little Monster wore her Ghostbuster gear. And I want to say thank you very much for an amazing experience. She loved getting to talk to you guys. And
that was another experience we happened to get.
Yeah, catch kind of thing. Where she got a chance to catch a ghost, stick to you guys, and, you know, become an LA Ghostbuster with you guys. And that was fantastic. So thank you so much for that.
And if you guys don't know, LA Ghostbusters are actually, they do a lot of charity events for Starlight Children's Hospital. They actually, one of their recent events, they raised enough money to get like 100 or was it 1,000? I can't remember. They got more children's-sized hospital gowns for the hospital.
Yeah.
And I know I was talking to them recently after the experience, just sharing how much my daughter enjoyed it. And I was like, please let us know what your future like charity events are, because we'd love to shout you out and promote that for you guys. So definitely keep an eye on them, especially if you're a Ghostbuster fan, like we are, obviously. And it made me like so bummed that I didn't bring my Ghostbuster Elvira, because I feel like they would have really appreciated it.
So next year we'll bring her.
Yes. But yeah, that was a really cool experience. And I love that they weren't really vending anything. They weren't even technically like promoting themselves. They were trying to raise money, some more money for the children's hospitals. So.
Yeah, I think so. That was cool. If this has not sold you, we love Midsummer Scream.
Yeah.
We will most likely be going again next year if all cards play out right. And so come February, you'll hear us shout out, "Hey guys,
I know.
We're going to Midsummer Scream." Because usually by then our plans are solidified.
Yeah.
And whatnot. So, yeah, come check it out if you guys haven't. Hopefully this gives you guys a shout out too.
Midsummer Scream, for being so young a convention, is a really fleshed out convention.
Yes.
They really have things under control. I love that they have an app with your schedule, and anytime there's updates or changes, it shows it there. The app also has a map of the show floor and the haunts. It lists all the vendors, all the exhibitors, so you can find all the guests. So you want to keep tabs on them. It like links it to the panels they're doing and whatever. So if it's like you're there for Kimmy J. Brown, you can find all the panels she's attending or what her photo ops are going to be if she has any.
But yeah, no, it was a fantastic experience. You know, we love going there. We will most likely go again.
We've been happy as general admission holders. We've loved going as Gold Bat. I've been so thankful to be able to attend as media.
Mm-hmm. And do covers like this.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Let you guys know. Check out Midsummer Scream.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Midsummer Scream, you want any suggestions or cocktail ideas? Hit us
if
up.
If you guys want a specialty cocktail for your event, we know a couple of people.
You know, hit us out and whatnot. So yeah. That's our Midsummer Scream experience.
Do you have any final thoughts or additional discussions there?
No, we
still got one more page of notes.
We have one more page of stuff to cover, and I'm like, oof. No, it was a great time.
I hope you guys actually enjoyed us jabbering about our experience.
You know, if you guys got to this point so far, thank you. If you guys
cheers to you.
Cheers to you guys, kind of thing. I've gone to like 4 of these.
Not that many.
Kind of thing, and now I have just straight up rum. But yeah. As we continue our podcast and adventure, we will be continuing doing our cryptids and cocktails episodes. We have their next episode after this will be a cryptid cocktail.
Yep.
So
you'll get to see one of the cards that got pulled at Midsummer Scream this year.
We're going to try to do things a little differently when it comes to the lives this year. We're going to do the episodes for sure first, and then the lives afterwards if schedule allows it.
Right. So our timing of the lives will probably be a little different. Yeah. And, just so we're not so frazzled and like trying to get things together.
So it might not be like really close to the episode. It will just be sometime after that episode kind of situation airs. And we might not get all our card pullers to come to our lives if just they're not able to do it. You know, it's always an option kind of thing. If they can't come for whatever reason, that because this time around we did get some of our friends from to pull cards, but also we went and asked some of the vendors there. So we're excited to see if they can come and chat up a little bit on who they are, so you guys get to know them too.
Yes.
Kind of thing.
Because we're all about spreading the love here, guys, and with episodes that aren't cryptid episodes, we're probably going to lean more towards focusing on cocktail creation over spirit features. And that's not because there's a lack of spirits, but there are a lack of spirits within the price range that we are wanting to present to you guys.
Yes.
Because we want to make it not too inexpensive. And I feel like once we start going over that $50 bottle price, and even then, like the $50, we'd rather stay within that, like, maybe $25 to $40 dollars. 50 feels like it's like getting a little too close, but we've been featuring quite a few that are more towards that end lately. So we're gonna put more effort into some more fun and unique cocktail creations.
Yep.
And
so you guys can get them ready for Halloween and surprise your friends with some delicious cocktails.
Yeah.
Hopefully you think they're delicious.
But then if you're planning to bring a little bit more spooky into your winter holidays, which seems more appropriate, we are going to have a holiday special this winter that we're very excited about. We've been planning for it since last year.
Yes, so we got to start grinding on that to make it work out, but yes.
Right, so instead of having a Halloween special this year, we'll be doing a holiday special.
And winter time. And
Except
lastly,
this year, instead of having a Halloween special like last year, we'll do a winter special, holiday special this year.
Yeah. And we will be celebrating our 50th episode at the end of this batch of episodes. Yes. So yay, 50 episodes in.
I can't believe it.
Oh my goodness. It's been such an amazing ride. So we're going to have a party. I forget when that episode goes out, but
mid-December.
Mid-December.
Actually, it'll be December 14th.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
So keep an eye out for that and whatnot. But yeah.
So as we're getting ready to wrap it up, we did get some questions from the Beyond about our experience at Midsummer Scream. Some of them we have already answered through our retelling of our experience. But I still kind of want to read through them and see if we have anything else to add into that.
Okay.
So I'll start with our first question and go through them. So whimsically_spooky asked, I plan on going to Midsummer Scream next year, and my kids will be 7 and 4. How kid-friendly is it? I want to put a time code in here.
I know, right?
For
on the scale of 1 to 10, I would say 10. Okay, there is experiences that are a little spooky.
I'd say know your kids.
Know your kids.
How comfortable they are around, because there will be cosplayers.
Yes.
Dressed as horror film characters. There will be scare actors dressed in scary costumes to advertise a haunt or on the show floor or in the Hall of Shadows. So it's something to keep in mind. If your children are very uncomfortable in a spirit Halloween store, it might not be the best experience for them. However,
if you have kids who like, you know those movies, they have like the little like door in the bedrooms and they open this up and says, come on in. And your kid's like, sure, let's go in there. By all means, they're going to love it.
I mean, I think that's like a very extreme example.
But no, like you said, Spirit Halloween is the great example.
If your children enjoy going into Spirit Halloween and they're able to like ignore the spooky masks or the spooky animatronics.
Or they try and turn them on, because like our daughter does.
Yeah, well, she was a little nervous to do it last year, right?
Yes.
But even if they're okay just walking through a Spirit Halloween store, I feel like they would be okay attending Midsummer Scream. They don't have to interact with any of the characters. Usually the cosplayers, just the attendee cosplayers, don't even pay attention to other attendees.
No.
Unless someone's paying them a compliment.
Yeah.
So, and the scare actors, all the experiences we've had with scare actors interacting with our children have been extremely positive.
Yes, they're all very understanding of children and they try to be like creepy, but still like child friendly.
Mm-hmm.
And like they'll try to like talk to them and be like, hey, you want to hold my knife?
Right. I mean, we got one bit with one of the like scary clowns at what was it, Six Flags, like interacting with little Boo and that pumpkin pail that like shook and made noise.
Yeah.
You know?
You're trying to get him to make a noise with that kind of thing. It was very adorable.
So
from
Little Monster's first experience. It's always been very positive. Yeah. We had one who was like, you can touch my nose, my prosthetic nose kind of thing. So I feel like it has been very family friendly. And as we mentioned, there is an area that the kids can hang out in if mom and dad want to take turns or you bring a friend along to like do kid duty.
But yes, know your kids.
But and that area is very entertaining.
Yeah.
For the adults. So
but
you just can't bring your booze in there.
But but like you said, know your kids. If your kids can walk through a Spirit Halloween, Midsummer Scream would be up there.
I feel like that would be a good comparison because you can take the scares or not, because even the vendors are very respectful. Who are selling the scare props and stuff. Yeah, they will come and like scare the adults, but they hold back with the children. Yeah. So, but Kaniki Sam asked, other than the great people, what is your favorite thing about Midsummer Scream? I have mine. Should I go with that?
Go for it. I was
trying to word it.
I've said it before. Halloween is something I enjoy. It's not something that I thrive or love as much as Chelsea and some of our friends do. But it's definitely a great idea builder, a great place to be like, oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Let's check that out, kind of thing, and whatnot. So it's a great place to get those gears going, to get those ideas going, to get Halloween sparked up,
mm-hmm.
kind of thing. That'll be my answer. Go.
My favorite thing about Midsummer Scream is how I always discover something new there. Whether it's a new vendor, a new experience, a new interaction, a new area of the show floor. There's so much to discover, and they cater to so many different interests in this 2.5 day convention. It's amazing. It's outlandish. And I wish I had fewer, broader interests because I want to do it all and I just physically can't. You can't get to it all. One day I'd love to make it into their screaming room to actually sit and watch some of the shorts that they're viewing, because they actually have like a kid hour.
Oh yeah.
Of like friendly.
Yeah, no, this girl
friendly.
had like a packed schedule, and
like Saturday I kept to everything I wanted to catch. Sunday I only did one of the 4 things I wanted to do.
Winchester. Yeah, I think. But yeah, no, it's a great place. There's lots there for almost everybody who enjoys Halloween or horror.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Gloomy Bruja 221 asks, what is a new vendor found this year? I mentioned it earlier, and I'm going to mention them again. Gigi Knights.
Yep.
Gigi Draws, however their handle goes to. They're fantastic artists, in my opinion. I've discovered them there, and I'm looking forward to more and more of their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I also discovered, we mentioned a bunch of the other ones, but I realized I didn't add Bad Love Design has this really neat kitschy art style. What you actually drew my attention to their booth. They had this print of Elvira in the mirror, and it's Cassandra Peterson looking into the mirror.
Okay.
And then there was another print of Elvira with a cocktail shaker, and I was like, okay, I'm sold. So
yeah, very fun style.
That was a really neat vendor I liked. And yeah.
What was your funniest moment from
Penny Snark asked
this question?
Funniest moment. There's during the convention, and then there's outside the convention. So outside the convention, but during that weekend, it has to be at the Yard House. We were all pretty much done. I had ordered what I thought was a bottle of champagne. And it was a bottle of champagne, but it took them quite a while to bring it. And that's pretty much what our whole group was waiting to wrap up on. And we got 4 glasses, and they brought a split, one of those little mini, what do you call it? It's like 350 milliliter bottles, the little mini bottles of champagne.
Bottle of champagne.
And I was like, I was laughing so hard because of this champagne bottle that we had all waited so long for. And people were like, that's okay, I don't need a glass. It's like, no. We have to live through this. We gotta ride or die.
Shot.
It was so funny.
What was your first one at the convention?
Was definitely exiting Winchester. I think the Winchester haunt. And the lady being like, wow, she's laughing. Mm-hmm. And you're like, no, she's terrified.
It wasn't a ha-ha funny, but definitely one of my most enjoyable fun experiences was pointing out Chelsea's costume on Friday and people realizing what it was. Kind of thing. It was like, hey, if you think my costume's fantastic, look over there. Kind of thing. I'm like, I feel like I was Uncle Stan selling something. Kind of thing. And so people they're looking at me like, whoa, and I was like, exactly. That's my wife. Kind of thing. That would be my funniest moment.
I like that.
Kind of
I mean, also I do have to Little Boo and Skeleton Sam, just his reaction, his just starstruck moment, priceless. So yeah, those were all our questions we got, which were some really good ones. I liked them. So,
okay,
are we ready to thank everybody?
Yeah, I'm ready to wrap this up because I gotta go to work soon.
Yeah. Sorry.
So, thanks for sipping along with us and all the support shown up to this point. You changed it on me.
Oh, see, this is what happens again when I copy from an old thing.
We want to keep those spirits flowing, so please be sure to show your support by reviewing and subscribing to our podcast. If you enjoy the show, be sure to share it with others.
That's why, because you read that. That's my part.
No, whatever. Kind of thing.
If you guys don't know, we have an email newsletter. This may be your first time listening. We send it every other week. That's not an episode release. Yes. So just to kind of keep you guys in the loop. And then when we take our
so much work
it's not. We've fixed it a lot, so it's not so complicated. But so when we take our hiatus breaks, we keep up with our newsletter to keep you guys informed when we're coming back, what we're up to, things that are catching our eye or interest. So if you guys are interested, you can join via sipsandspirits.com/happy hour or check out our link tree on any of our social media platforms. Mm-hmm. You can also find us in all podcast hosts or on YouTube. We also have a website, sipsandspirits.com, and Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, and
Is it still called
Threads.
X, whatever it's called. And Threads.
It doesn't matter where we are. We are Sips and Spirits everywhere.
Everywhere.
So, on that note,
thank you for sipping along with us.
Cheers.